I believe my role is to, as best we can, find justice for our victims. And justice is it's a difficult term. It includes communicating, consoling, and certainly the prosecution of the case, but much more than just the prosecution.
You know, the district attorney role when it comes to victim is obviously, I say, is to be the gatekeeper of the criminal justice system. What I mean by that is to make sure that victims understand that they have a voice, that they didn't ask to be a victim, but they're here because of unfortunate circumstances. In our position, in our role, I believe, is to make sure that that justice is served for them.
We represent the interest of the victims. And saying that, it is our duty, I feel it is our duty to make sure that the victims feel that they are well informed about their cases, that they don't feel that they're walking into a courtroom and unaware as to what's going to happen next. To have someone to navigate them through the court system.
The expectations, and again, understanding that a victim doesn't ask to be placed in this role. Most victims aren't used to the court system. They're not used to how a case progresses, and just the mere thought of going to court and understanding the different phases of a criminal case is very difficult when they're grieving and they're hurting. And if we can make that as comfortable for them as possible, then I feel like we're doing our job.
We offer victim service, officers obviously, but at the same time we offer several other services. But mainly the most important one to me is our victim service officers, because those are the people who they talk to even when their case is not set for court. And those are the people that help guide them along the way.
The VSOs here in this office, they understand my vision, and that was very important to me, that anybody who works under my administration understands that I have a great passion for the people whom I serve, and there are certain things that I want done. I want every victim to feel, even though they're not the only victim, I want them to feel just as important as they are, like they're the only victim.
Our biggest resource here is our people, our VSOs. We have 2 VSOs, victim service officers, but I believe that every person that works in this office is a resource.
For victims that leave this office at the end of their matter regarding their relative or regarding them, I want them to feel that justice has been served. Whether it was favorable, justice doesn't always mean that it's favorable, unfortunately, but justice is what it is. But I want them to leave knowing that this office cared about them. I want them to leave knowing that we have victim service representatives that we're here to help them through the process, and we have great, competent lawyers that tried and prosecuted those cases.
To that grieving family, it's not going to bring their loved one back, and that's the hardest thing. Unfortunately, I have an understanding of what that's like, and I try to use that understanding with the victims that we have here, that come through our court system, and that we have the privilege of serving, and that's the biggest thing.
I've been a victim myself. My little brother was murdered, and I tell people all the time, we never goes away. You live with that each and every day. So I respect the role of a victim, and I respect the fact that victims sometimes comes here thinking that they don't have a voice, thinking that no one would champion their cause. So for me, it's always personal to make sure that victims have a voice, to make sure that victims understand that there's someone there fighting for them, and to make sure that victims understand that there's someone in this office as DA that have been in their shoes.